Hello. Have a look at this clip of my dog Tess walking the line. Notice how she walks straight most of the time, but occasionally when she looks back she veers out of line. If I'd been in front of her, she would have been looking towards me and stayed on the straight path. It reminds me of verses in Hebrews chapter 12. Therefore, we also, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin that so easily ensnares us, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. In the previous chapter, the writer of Hebrews tells us about the faith and exploits of many Old Testament men and women. And they are an example to us of faith towards God, and of course God's patience and faithfulness towards them. The writer now introduces Jesus Christ as the author and finisher of our faith. He's the one to which we look, looking unto Jesus, looking to the Son of God. In this endurance race we call life, we are told to look to Jesus. Why look to Jesus? Well, he died for us. He took our place and was crucified because God the Father is pure and holy, to accept and forgive those who believe on Christ his Son. They must be pure and holy too. We are not naturally pure and holy, are we? Not by any stretch of the imagination, if we're honest. But Christ is. A pure and holy sacrifice had to be made to atone or appease a holy and a pure God. A substitutionary atonement. Christ took the death sentence for the crimes of unholiness, impurity, rebellion and other offences that we have committed against God. Our so-called good works are never good enough for a holy God. They are described as filthy rags. When we trust in Jesus Christ for salvation, his perfection is put into our account, given to us or imputed to us. Imputed righteousness. Isn't that marvellous? So if you trust in Jesus Christ for salvation, to be at peace with God, follow him. Look to him in this endurance race of life. Don't look back. Don't go off course like my dog. Don't look back like Lot's wife when she and her family were escaping Sodom. Don't look back to the things of the world. Don't be distracted by the things that entice you, the things that ensnare you, the things that trip you up. Don't dwell on your past sins or the fretting ghosts of vain regret that the hymn says. Look towards Jesus. Look to Jesus for strength to overcome temptation. Look to Jesus for your reason to be holy. Look to Jesus as your brother who was tempted like you but did not sin. Look to Jesus as your shepherd who leads the way you should go and protects you from harm. Look to Jesus as your priest who by his sacrifice has forgiven you all your sins. Look to Jesus as your friend when the world derides and despises you. Look to Jesus as your prophet who teaches you by his word. Look to Jesus as your king who is sovereign over all creation and who is your Lord. Looking unto Jesus.